Hello everyone. So this is a short devlog about the progress of Rename Pro. We are launching new version right now, and here I will tell you about the new features in the Rename Pro and a little bit about the struggles that went into developing this new version. And I want to start by saying big thanks to everyone that are testing this early access build, and thanks for all the suggestions and reports. So let's jump right into this. We added the ability to change units per parameter in the name rules. You can see it here. Then we added possibility to add fixed prefixes and suffixes to the family names, to the new names. And what is left for the next one is to add a checkbox column for the new name list to select which names to rename or leave unchanged, and to provide new users with default metric and imperial name rules in the JSON settings file format. So to start with the easiest one, I wanted to have prefix or suffix identifiers so that we can have user written description for each type name. Often users will name the elements by their function or location in the building, which more often than not are not described with some sort of parameters, or the parameter values are different. For example, 300 millimeters entrance foundation wall. There is no way to contain that information in a parameter other than that maybe in a comment or description, but users sometimes choose to write that information inside of the name instead of a description or type comment. So here you can see the entrance foundation wall, and it will be completely renamed. You can see here. And to fix that, we added new prefix or suffix identifiers, which you can add here. And let's say 3 dots will be your new standard, for example, in an office. So you go back to the family and you rename this part with 3 dots. And further on, you will use 3 dots whenever you want to add a note to the name. And you can see here that the suffix is respected. It will not be changed. We can surely click rename, and we can see that the new name is with the note that says that it is entrance foundation wall. And if we add, let's say, one more layer, change the wall structure, let's say we'll add a membrane layer, and the membrane layer will be, let's say, hydro isolation. Or I don't have hydro, so let's stick with the vapor retainer. Okay, that will do. And okay, we got that. We add that to the structure of the wall. And when we go back to the Rename Pro, we can check valid names, and we can see that the suffix is preserved. Here's the 3 dots. Here's the vapor barrier, and the note is preserved. And we can be sure that it will be preserved if we rename this. So we can click on rename. And then we can go back and check the wall type name, and we can see that now it includes the vapor barrier. And the second feature is possibility to change the units. So let's go and check the doors. And here you can see the existing family name, and you can see the existing type name here. So let's say we want to convert this to centimeters, and we want to add centimeters symbol at the end of each number. And let's say we want to add also a type mark. So I added a type mark parameter here. And now we can go and we can change the units for the height and width parameters. Let's uncheck use project settings, change units to centimeters, and add the unit symbol to centimeters. Save that. Let's go to the next parameter and we'll do the same. Change to centimeters. Let's say 2 decimal places, and let's save that. Refresh. And okay, we need to add centimeter symbol here. Refresh that. And we're good to go. Let's save the settings. And yeah, you can check the new names. All converted to centimeters, all the unit symbols added, and we can click rename. So we can change the units also for all the unit parameters. So let's say the width of the wall. Let's go back to the Rename Pro. Let's go back to the width parameter, and let's change that. Maybe let's add just a unit symbol here. Okay, you can see that unit symbol is added. And if we want, we can change this to centimeters also. So let's change it to centimeters, add centimeters unit symbol, some rounding. Okay, let's just save it. And you can see that the width now is in centimeters. We can also do the same for the compound rules. We can change this to, let's say, rounding with 2 decimal symbols, suppressed trailing zeros, for example. And now we can see that the gypsum boards have correct values, with decimal point here. And we have also units symbol. Yeah, we can go back and remove that. And yeah, let's go back and save that. Refresh. Oh, and that looks good, You see the decimal point there, no unit symbol. We can check all the names, and some names stands out, see, there's only a few names with only the numbers here. So that's probably because there is no material. We can go back to structure and we can set the default value for the material name, let's say to 3 underscores. Let's save that. And then if there is a default value, there will be a 3 underscores, and you can see that there is no material added. This feature was already included, so just so you know, it's easier to spot, the wall types with no materials. Let's save the settings and rename. And just like that, with one click, you can see that all the wall type names are, perfectly renamed. And you can glance at the structure of the wall type and you can pick the right one more easily. You can see that also some of them have a default values, and you know that these types need some work, need some materials. And so the settings file is also changed. You can see that the old one doesn't have any units in there. So this was a struggle a little bit to implement. It was much harder than I anticipated. You can see that the new one have, for the width parameter, we have the parameter forge type ID, and we have also a units format. That is the backbone of the units, We have accuracy here, we have unit symbol, we have unit type, and all of these settings are needed to calculate and parse the correct value. And the same goes for the structure. For each of these layers, we have a units. We have units format for the layer width, and the same goes for all other parameters. Let's say for the doors, you can see that for the height we have some, for the width we have some units format. And to get this latest version, you need to go to the website, or you can go to the About page and click on the latest version. And here at the time of posting this video, this page will be updated. There will be version 0.83, and you can download the version. And then remember to uninstall the previous version and install the new version. And so again, huge thanks to everyone testing this early access. Thanks for your feedback. Thanks for your reports. And I hope this add-in will help you solve a lot of issues and keep the model clean. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and see you in the next one.